Hi, I'm Bridget from the AU Review, and we are here at Face the Music, and joining me right now is Gossling. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Very good. Feels like yesterday that I just saw you.
Saw me? Yeah.
So we're here at Face the Music. You're just about to do a Q&A session. What are you planning on talking about?
Well, it's a Q&A session kind of about my career and experiences I've gone through and how I've sort of built up my team of people along the way and how I got to do certain things. So it's just about me.
All about you.
Yeah.
Spotlight is on you. What are you hoping that people are going to get out of that session?
Look, I really want to just impart some truth about the industry, and I know that a lot of aspiring musicians know how tough it is, and I just want to tell a little bit about how I went about things, and hopefully that's interesting to people, and they can learn from a few of the ways that I went about things. Yeah.
Awesome. What was some of the advice that you've got, I suppose, starting out as a musician? I know you've been to Face the Music before.
Yeah.
Have you found these kind of industry conferences to be of aid in shaping your career?
Yes, definitely. I came to Face the Music probably 4 or 5 years ago. And it was great because it was my first introduction to industry people.
Yeah.
And kind of as an aspiring artist, you don't always get to be close to these kind of people. So it was interesting to learn faces and learn who people are within the industry, and then if I did see them in the future, I kind of knew who they were and the important roles they have. And then also it was really great to see, I think Meg Washington was, she did a session when I came, and I loved it. I loved hearing about an artist that was doing really well and how they went about things, and I found it really motivational.
Yeah, awesome. I guess it's one of those conferences that kind of covers all corners of the music industry. What I wanted to ask you about, there's a session going on right now about regional Victoria. I'm from Ballarat, and I know you're from Albury Wodonga, right?
Yeah.
How was that kind of growing up in a regional scene in terms of music?
Well, I always thought that Albury Wodonga had a really good music scene.
Yeah?
And I feel lucky. I feel lucky that I got to grow up in the country and then move to the city and kind of experience both worlds. But in Albury Wodonga we had like blue light discos and things like that, and where we were, a lot of bands would tour through from Melbourne to Sydney, and so they'd stop in Albury Wodonga on the way, and we had like Magic Dirt and Jebediah and those kind of bands stop off.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and then also we had really good music programs with the Conservatorium, and there was a local Estedford that I used to go in every year.
Cool.
And so there was a really strong music program up there.
That's awesome. Well, obviously you're a very talented singer-songwriter, but you're also my neighbour.
Yes.
And I haven't seen you for a few months because I guess you've been overseas touring.
Yeah, I've been away.
Yeah. How was that whole experience?
It was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, we did 3 weeks in the UK and then 3 weeks in the US, and played some shows and festivals, and my record came out over there, and it's been really fun.
Yeah. Did you see much of a difference? I mean, you started in the UK, didn't you, and then went down to the US?
Yeah.
Was there much of a difference, I guess, in the vibes of the crowd or how they received your album?
I think different territories have kind of connected with different songs on the record.
Yeah.
So certain songs that we thought would be kind of a single for here in Australia haven't really been chosen as a single overseas.
Right.
Which makes sense because every country kind of has a different taste.
Yeah.
But then as far as audience, one thing I noticed in London is they clap for a long time.
Do they?
They kind
how
of
long?
like longer than you expect. Like you're almost ready to start the next song and they're still clapping, and you're like, this is amazing.
That's amazing. Well, I guess finishing up, just talking about what's coming up next for you. Actually, no, I wanted to ask you for 2014, because it's already November. It's crazy how fast the year's gone.
Yeah.
How has it been, the year in music for you? Have you been listening to much other Australian music? What's kind of been your favourite things of this year?
Well, I really love how well Vance Joy is doing.
I was going to ask you, how did you find, I guess how was your response to him? He's touring with Taylor Swift.
Yep, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think his song was done on The Voice in the US the other night too, so he's just going great guns. And that's really exciting to see an Australian, and also James is, one of the loveliest guys ever. And
yeah, because you've toured with him.
Yeah, we've got to do a tour and with him and his band, and that's been exciting. And also, I mean, Australian music in general overseas has had a huge buzz about it.
Yeah.
And it's a very good time to be an Australian musician, and kind of overseas you can say, yeah, I'm Australian, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, take a shining to you. Yeah, that's awesome. What else have you got planned? I know you're recording a few things because sometimes I hear you.
Yeah.
So how's all that going?
Yeah, good. Now that we're back from the tour,
Yeah.
kind of the next couple of months is all about writing and demoing and trying to get some new material, and that'll be the focus for the next couple of months.
Awesome, sounds good. Well, thank you very much for joining me,
Thanks
Gossling.
for having me.
See you at home.
Yeah.